Good morning, my dear students. Open your book on page number 37. We have started chapter 4, India in the 18th century. In this chapter, we studied about the reasons behind the decline of Mughal Empire. And now we are going to study the regional kingdoms. About the regional kingdoms of India, they rose to power in the during the reign of later Mughals. Okay. So on the ruins of the Mughal Empire, there arose many regional kingdoms. Three of the largest provinces to become independent were Bengal, Awadh and Hyderabad. So Bengal, then Awadh and Hyderabad, these three regional kingdoms, these provinces become independent, and they gained power and ruled independently. So first one is Bengal. Let us discuss about Bengal. First, Murshid Quli Khan was made the governor of Bengal in 1707. Okay, so we are talking about the India in the 18th century. So in the 18th century, in 1707, Murshid Quli Khan was made the governor of Bengal, and he took the advantage of the weak center, because in Delhi, center means Delhi, the capital of that time in Delhi, the weak center means the central government was not capable. It means later Mughals were not so much effective and capable. They could not control the rulers, they could not control the regional kingdoms. Okay, so he took the advantage, and Murshid Quli Khan, he began to rule independently. First of independently means before that he was answerable to the Mughals. Okay, but he took the advantage of the weak condition of the central government of Mughals, so he started ruling independently. He made Murshidabad his capital. Okay, in 1727 he was succeeded by Shujauddin, who ruled till 1739. He was the now first ruler was Murshid Quli Khan, and second ruler was Shujauddin. Okay, he ruled up to 1739. After him, Ali Vardi Khan, he was the third ruler of Bengal, and then Sirajuddaulah ruled Bengal. He was the fourth ruler. That's why I gave number here. So four rulers ruled Bengal state. Okay, the rulers of Bengal improved the administration. They encouraged agriculture, industry and trade. Poor farmers were given loans. Strict control was maintained over the collection of custom duties. In the 18th century, Bengal became one of the most prosperous regions of India. That's why it was this prosperity that attracted the British to it. Okay, that's why British started ruling here also, and they established many factories there near about Bengal. And the historic battle of Plassey, it was fought on 1757 between these Nawabs of Bengal and Britishers, and the battle of Buxar in 1764, it was also fought between Britishers and the Nawabs of Bengal, firmly established British power in this region. Okay, so up to 1739 and up to 1756, Bengal was ruled by the Nawabs, and after that it came in the hands of Britishers. Okay, finally with the battle of Buxar in 1764, finally Bengal was ruled by the Britishers. Okay, so Bengal was went to the hands of the Britishers. Okay, next, Awadh. Second independent state was the Awadh. In 1722, Muhammad Shah appointed Sadat Khan. He was the first ruler. He was the first governor of Awadh. The zamindars of Awadh rose in rebellions and refused to pay taxes on time. It means कि जो अवध के ज़मींदार थे उन्होंने विद्रोह कर दिया था. they refused. उन्होंने अपना टैक्स समय पे टाइम पे देने से मना कर दिया. सादत खान suppressed the rebellious ज़मींदार्स. ही रिफॉर्म द रेवेन्यू सिस्टम. सुप्रेस मतलब उसने उस विद्रोह को दबा दिया है ना, अपनी पावर के साथ फोर्सफुली. देन ही रिफॉर्म्ड द रेवेन्यू सिस्टम, उसने उस रेवेन्यू सिस्टम में रिफॉर्म्स, उसमें चेंजेस लेके आया, पॉजिटिव चेंजेस लेके आया, है ना. ही हेल्ड द कंबाइंड ऑफिस ऑफ द सूबेदार, पॉलिटिकल हेड, फौजदार, मिलिट्री हेड एंड द दीवान हेड ऑफ द रेवेन्यू. ही वर्चुअली रूल्ड Awadh as an independent ruler. He was succeeded in 1739 by Safdarjung. Now Safdarjung was the second ruler of Awadh. Safdarjung and his successors were able administrators. Able means they were capable. They were ruling effectively. People of Awadh experienced a period of peace and prosperity under the Nawabs. Lucknow was the capital. It was the major center of art and culture.